Alrighty, here we are again with the Pimax Crystal, and still working on getting XRnecksafer working with DCS. Now, I had several problems with XRnecksafer, and I'm not sure that they all come down to XRnecksafer. There might be some issues with the way the latest Pimax play works, and there may be some issues with DCS too. So first, let's make sure that the Pimax is connected correctly. We've got a full battery. Base station is operational. Let's go to device settings. Brightness is okay. Refresh rate set for 90. Eye tracking is on. Now I'm going to turn it off for now, because I'm not going to use quad views in DCS today. One of the weird things that happened when I did get XRnecksafer working was that when I hit the button to extend my view to the right, left, or up or down, it didn't change my view. It imposed another screen on top of it, which made me think, well, maybe it's accessing the wrong screen in quad views or something. So I've turned quad views off. Everything in here looks okay. So we'll close that down and we'll reduce this. And I'll show you how Nobi1 on the Discord server for XRnecksafer helped me out with this. He suggested the reason that this program wasn't saving when I hit save over here was because, well, of course I had an error message that said it couldn't save to that path. It literally wasn't allowed to engage the path that got it to the configuration file in XRnecksafer data on my C drive. So he said it sounded like there was a couple issues that could be the problem. One, he suggested I uninstall it and then manually remove the program files and the data files, which I did, and then reinstalled. And then he also suggested that I check and see what the API layering looks like. Now, in openxr, I can click on this here. Oh, wait a minute, I'll close this. Let's see. Yeah, show active openxr layers. Well, the only one we have open right now is XRnecksafer. Before, there were several others underneath, including one for OBS VR screen, which I don't use anymore because I just couldn't get the hang of it. I know my friend Steve over at VR Flight Sim Guy is an expert with it, but I have to do simpler videos because I'm just not that smart. So having made sure that was okay, then I went back in and I set all my buttons. Although I think I'm going to try resetting them now, just because for one thing I'd like them in a better place. Just click X to clear the values. And as you look at XRnecksafer, you can see there are a bunch of different ways to do it. Now, auto rotation and manual rotation values, I think that's just the same as this here. You know, you can set the amount you want to rotate from 30 degrees up to, I don't know, whatever, 60 degrees probably, or more. But I just leave it at 30 for now, see if it works. And I'd like to try using a different hat switch on my machine if I can. But some of these axes, some of the hats act as actual joystick axes, and they don't map very well here because XRnecksafer is looking for a button, not an axis. So let's see. Let's start with trying to map the center. I'm going to use my top hat on my VKB Sim Combat stick. I have to press the magnifying glass. No, see, it's not recognizing that at all. Okay. Well, let's try a different joystick, a different thing. Okay, it recognized that. So that's another hat, but I have a hunch I'm going to have a little bit of trouble getting that. I don't think it's going to work for the rotation left and rotation right. Let's give it a try. No, it won't recognize it. So we might as well clear that one too, because I'm not going to use that. I wonder if it would work for, no. In the directions it says you have to enable manual buttons, the manual rotation buttons. So that's what we're going to do. Yeesh. Okay. All right. Well, let's use this button here. I'll just click on the looking glass, the magnifying glass. Okay, so that's my press in button on the axes. Oh, wait a minute. A cumulative yaw. What does that mean? I wonder if that would work with something else. No, okay, it doesn't. All right, we'll forget that. Let's go down to manual rotation, left. Okay, I've got the button mapped. Now we'll go right. And we'll go up, and I usually set the hat switch to work when I pull it backwards or down, because that's the way the joystick works. Backwards gets you up, forwards gets you down, right? And for down, I'll push the hat stick forward. Okay. Now this is a hat switch that uses discrete keys. It's not an axis, so that part of it is good. All right, we'll save that. Now we'll go into DCS, and I really love this new option set they have here. The start screen gives you many more options than it used to. You start on home, and you can come over here and work on settings, look on files, even click on modules and try and buy them, and that's pretty cool. I think that's a step forward. Let's launch DCS. Now, the last time I tried this, as I said, I was not getting a view change so much as I was getting another view superimposed on the view that was original. So if I'm looking right, okay, I have the right view, but then when I hit the button, it doesn't move that view. It superimposes another picture on top of it. If any of you have had experience with XRnecksafer and have solved this problem, well, heavens, let me know. Believe me, I have no pride, and I'm not embarrassed to admit when I don't know what the heck I'm doing, which is unfortunately in my life all too often. So let's see if I can get the headset on, and we'll see if this works. Okay. Is it working? Yes. So I believe the problem was quad views. Well, let's try it in instant action, because I want you to see what a difference this can make in a dogfight situation. I love NeckSafer, and to me, in order to keep it, if I can't use quad views, I won't use them. It just, it's not that big a deal for me. We'll see. What airplane do I have? A Spitfire, I think. Okay. Center the view. Let's go fly. Well, that helps. Now, as I follow this guy up and around. Oh, geez. Well, you know, having extra views apparently doesn't help that much if you're going to run into the guy. Oh, my word. Okay, quit. I'm going to change the rotation value, I think, to give me a few more degrees, because my neck just doesn't turn that well at my age. All right, let's try this again. We're going to need full throttle, a couple of 190 doors. This isn't about the dogfight, this is about demonstrating views. All right, here we go. Oh. Oh. I keep forgetting how sensitive the joystick is. I think I have to reduce rudder sensitivity a bit, because I'm really over controlling with the rudder, and even the stick to some degree. It's kind of like skeet shooting, except harder. There I'm using the upward look, which keeps him in sight for me, which is nice. I think I've got to do some adjusting in the Pimax, because I'm seeing the interior borders of the headset, and it's quite distracting. I've got enough speed to do some pure pursuit and then lead pursuit. Here we go. Put it right on him. Oh, I got a little piece of him, not much. I see that key also brings up my keyboard, which is a little disconcerting. Oh, I got out of control here. Blacked out. I haven't done that in a while. It should not take this long to recover. It really shouldn't. This is silly. I appear to be... I must be in a spin, but I don't see anything. Something weird is going on here. Looks like we blacked out, but the blackout isn't ending. Okay, well that's enough. Let's quit for now. We apparently have things working. Looks like I got some hits. I don't know if I hit them hard enough to hurt them bad, but anyway. Let's close that for now. So, we've got XRnecksafer working now, but in order to do it, I had to disable quad views, and I also disabled eye tracking within the game. The game still looked pretty smooth to me, so I don't know if that's a big issue. Quad views is obviously smoother, but without it, I can use XRnecksafer. And I'll make a note of this and send it off to DCS and maybe to the fellow Holger who invented XRnecksafer, and see if they can come up with a fix. But in the meantime, if you can't get it working with DCS, if you're getting that crazy extra screen superimposed on your viewing screen when you try to use XRnecksafer, turn off your quad views. That'll fix it. Now the next challenge will be to get it working in IL2, which was never designed for XR. I used to use a VR version of XRnecksafer called XRnecksafer, but I can't find that anywhere. And it doesn't have the up or down view anyway. It just had the extend view left and right, but it's better than nothing. Okay, so that's it for now. I hope this is useful to you. Remember, my system isn't that powerful. It's an NVIDIA 3090, which was, of course, very powerful 3 years ago, and an i9900 CPU. And I've got quite a bit of RAM and quite a bit of storage. So it's an adequate system. It's still fast, but it's not state-of-the-art by any stretch of the imagination. If you have a similar processor and a better video card, well, it'll work even better for you. A lot of people need a high frame rate to feel comfortable in VR. If the frame rate gets too low, they start getting nauseous, so I can understand that. But after I get past 45 frames per second, after that, for me, it's just bragging rights, because it doesn't make any difference to me, really. However, if you're in a big dogfight with a lot of airplanes and a lot of scenery, well, that might bog the frame rate down quite a bit. So I'll say this: the higher the frame rate you can get, the better, especially if you're playing in a busy scenario. But for now, I say this: XRnecksafer, available on GitHub, is great, and thanks to my advisors at the Necksafer Discord, including Nobi1, for helping me figure this out and get it working. And I thank you for stopping by, because without you, there's no point to this channel. I can talk to myself without making a video. In fact, I probably do that too much already. I've become one of those old men who walks around the mall mumbling to himself. People look at him and go, "What's his problem?" You know. Then I'll get embarrassed. Anyway, I am what I am, and it is what it is, and I'm so glad you stopped by. If you like this kind of content and you find it useful, please do subscribe. Maybe, I hope you'll come back from time to time. Oh, I do dare. I do dare, Dad. Please come back. See us again. And feel free to offer comments. Try to be kind in your comments if you can. I know I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I'm trying to do things that are interesting and useful. So if you have a legitimate criticism, of course, that'll just help me get better. But I've only had a couple of posts where somebody says something like, "You suck, you're really stupid." I kind of already know that. So try to be kind if you can. But regardless, whether you're kind or unkind, I do thank you for stopping by.